Hey guys, it's Michael from Foundation Fitness. Over this past week, we've started working with the Scotch Plains-Fanwood Soccer Club on a strength and conditioning program for some of the high school athletes in preparation for the upcoming soccer season. So I thought I would direct our next few videos toward those athletes as a reminder for some of the activities that we have done over the past week, and also in preparation for some of the things we're going to do over the next few weeks. We're going to work on a lot of core strength, some stability and balance training, as well as proprioception and awareness of how our bodies move through space. Let's take a look, try these at home. So the first exercise we're going to look at is a standard floor bridge, and this is really going to strengthen the entire hip complex and the glute region. So our starting position for the floor bridge is going to be obviously on the ground, and we want to make sure that our alignment is good. Ankles through the knees, through the hips. Starting position is going to look just like this. Knees bent, pressing up, get our butts up off the ground, and draw your stomach in to engage the abdominal muscles. You're going to feel a stretch through the hip flexors and a contraction in the glutes, hamstrings, and lower back. You can go through repetitions by slowly lowering yourself and then pressing back up, and move at a moderate pace. Another way to do this is to use the ball, just like we did in camp, where you had two people passing underneath you. You can roll the ball back and forth, keeping your hips up high, driving through the heels, contracting the glutes, lower back, hamstrings, and a good stretch through the front of the hips. The next exercise we're going to look at is a single leg, straight leg, touchdown. A few things I love about this variation of the single leg RDL is that it strengthens the ankle, it forces you to engage your transverse abdominals to stabilize your core while you maintain your balance, and it mimics the eccentric contraction of the muscles of the hamstring and the glute complex during sprinting, but in a controlled movement pattern. The higher you can lift that non-balanced leg while maintaining proper alignment, the more of a stretch you get in the hamstring complex of your balanced leg. So just remember, when you're doing this single leg variation of a straight leg, single leg touchdown, or Romanian deadlift, whatever you want to call that, pick that back leg up nice and high so you really feel a stretch through your balanced leg, and you make sure you get contraction in the hamstring in the eccentric position, as well as in that glute complex, to really maintain balance, posture, and good hip stability. The next one will also be familiar to you. This is a single leg squat. As with all single leg exercises, make sure you align your ankle, knee, and hip before you start. Also, relax that balanced foot and try not to claw at the ground. While the single leg RDL uses the hamstring complex as the primary mover, the single leg squat will focus on the opposing muscles of the quadriceps to extend that leg. It's a great exercise for knee stability too. Working on a single leg produces potential movement compensations that can occur when we favor a dominant leg during a two-legged squat. Make sure that you're engaging your abdominal muscles as you go through any of these balance exercises to shore up your center of gravity and engage all the core muscles. Another exercise that I think is very important is a plank. And not only a plank, I want to incorporate some hip extension with the plank to make sure we continue to focus on the glutes. So, you're going to go into a standard plank position, resting on your forearms. From this point, we're keeping our bodies as straight as we can. Don't go up, don't let it drop. Keep your body as straight as a board. From this point, we're just going to alternate feet slowly. Hip extension and down. Raising the leg and extending the hip will once again engage those glute muscles, which will ultimately assist with good knee health. It also teaches you how to stabilize your hips and keep them level and square to the ground. Focusing on that minimal hip rotation once again trains you to use the glutes to extend the hip and also provides a bit of a stretch for the hip flexors. Another exercise that I think has been very important this week is a walking lunge with our hands up over our heads and nice and straight. This really forces you to keep your posture tall, keep your shoulders back, and maintain good stability through your midsection as you walk through this lunge. To remind you, the way this is going to look is every step is a lunge. So you're going to put your hands up over your head as straight as you can, and then you're just going to lunge forward. With your hands up, keep them straight, maintain your posture. Just like that. Do about 10 each side. You can do them as a walking lunge, or you can do them in a stationary position with your hands up and just go forward and back, and forward and back. Either way, try to maintain good posture through your torso. Hands straight up, engage your core, draw that belly button in. Do this at home. The last exercise we're going to look at is a single leg balance, and we're going to move through the frontal plane. And when I say the frontal plane, that just means we're moving our leg out to the side. We worked on a similar activity when we accelerated a ball with a pass in a straightforward direction, but balance becomes more challenging the farther you move away from your midline. In order to train your awareness of your center of gravity, we're going to start moving in more lateral patterns, and this exercise is a good way to get started. Keeping your balance leg as straight as possible will once again engage the glutes and improve overall stability and hip function. You don't need to use a ball for this one, but it is a fun distraction. The more you challenge your balance in all planes of motion, the more it becomes second nature and effortless, and ultimately you'll perform better on the field. One exercise that I want to prepare you for that's going to be coming next week is a side lunge or a lateral lunge, again moving in the frontal plane. A couple reasons I like this. I want you to maintain your posture through that frontal plane. The other thing this exercise is going to do is give you an active stretch through the inner thigh, right through those adductor muscles. The way you set this up, a little bit wider than shoulder width apart, so you're kind of making an A with your legs. And then from this point, you're just going to move to one side. So I'm going to start moving to my right side. I'm going to squat down, and you'll notice this leg is extended. I'm getting a stretch through my inner thigh on the left side. Then I'm just going to shift my weight, squat on the left leg, and get a stretch through the other side. And just going back and forth. Here and here. And it's a very good active stretch, again for the adductors, as well as a good strengthening exercise for the quadriceps, hamstrings, and glutes. So there you have it, a recap of week 1 for our strength and conditioning training, and also a little bit of what's to come over the next week. Do this at home. You have a few days of rest. You might have some practices, but I think it's going to be raining, so you can do these inside. Focus on your balance, focus on your core, and especially focus on your lateral movement, controlling your posture, controlling your center of gravity through that frontal plane, because we're going to work on that a lot next week. Enjoy the weekend. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys real soon. Bye.